start with this. We are online now. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Jardel. Good morning,
Good
people
morning.
who follow us here in Talk and Talk. We are here together because for a new English immersion. So just let me explain you a little bit about the platform. Talk and Talk is a platform of languages where you can practice and learn new languages such as English that we are doing right now, French, Italian, Spanish, and others. Something crucial about the platform is that we don't have an English teacher here, so it is not a regular class of English. I am not an English teacher. I work in a different area. I'm here just for leading or guiding the conversation. I brought a topic for today, and so we are gonna just going to try to create a real conversation and try to answer the question that I brought to the table today. Another thing important is that we don't correct each other. We try to respect the time of every single person who wants to answer the questions, and we try just to create the English information that we already learned. Okay, we normally start with a self-presentation. In my personal opinion, it's so important, and we are gonna do that just now. Okay. And that's it. So let's start with our self-presentation. So would you mind introducing yourself, Jardel?
Okay, I'm Jardel. I'm 28. I work as a data engineer in the bank in Brazil and improving my English to get better opportunities in my career, in my life. And usually in my free time, I walk the dog, I play the guitar, play the acoustic and the electric guitar, or I go to the shopping center with my wife to walk and to spend time with my family. It's very important to me. And that's it.
Thank you so much for being here so early. So that's it. About me, guys. So my name is Christian Jimenez. I'm 36. I work as a software developer. I'm married. Uh, I guide English immersion here in Talk and Talk since 2 months ago. As well, I lead French immersion, so I'm trying to learn French as well here. Let me see what else. I think that's it for about me, a little bit about me. So we are gonna start with the today's questions. I brought an interesting topic or kind of interesting question for today. We're gonna pretend that we we have a superpower. So it will be so interesting to know more about your opinions or your insights. So the title for today is what if you had a superpower? So let's start with the question number one. So Yardel, if you could have a superpower, which one would you choose?
Okay, of course. And I think get a superpower to into context about hyperspeed. I I really like that superpower, hyperspeed, because with that we can change things or we can make different things and difficult things. Um, I don't know exactly or more specific things about that superpower or why I need that, but that's it. The fast speed or hyper speed.
Hyper speed like Flash?
Yeah, it's like Flash. Exactly.
Okay, got it. So I was thinking about it, and I think that when I was a kid, I thought several times about having the ability of being invisible. But then I started as well I started to think that maybe having the ability or the superpower of stopping the time, that would be a good one. I'm not sure if that it would be a good. I could do a lot of things stopping the time. But that I don't know why. Uh, I started thinking about it. Um, I'm not sure if there is a superhero who has that superpower. And then I think that flying would be a good one as well. But maybe I don't know if there are a lot of benefits just for flying. I think that just uh, you could travel without paying your tickets. You could go wherever you want. But maybe I think that I will choose for the question number one, the invisibility. That will be a good one.
Okay.
So let's Mhm. So let's move on to the question number two. Why would you want this superpower? Why would you want to have the super speed, Yardell?
I think with super speed, we can change the world. Because super speed, like the stop the time. Because with super speed, we can basically stop the time for you. Because when you run very fast, other people can't see you or whatever. I don't know. And you mentioned that the fly, but I think the fly is dangerous because if you don't have, for example, strong force, a strong, I don't remember, strong force, no force. Yeah, a strong force
Uh,
like Superman.
mhm, uh-huh.
Strong, I forgot the word. If you have that, if you not have the strong force or other superpower, you can fly, but you can you can get tempesty and
Uh-huh.
and when you fly and die, I don't know. That is difficult. That context.
Mm.
And you, what do you think about your superpower?
As
What do you want?
that was so interesting what you just mentioned it about that it's not that having the superpower because if you, for example, as you said, if you fly, maybe you could get some accidents, like for example, crash with an airplane or with a animal, because obviously Superman, he flies, but he as well has a lot of other superpowers, so that's why it's not that dangerous for him flying. So yeah, maybe that's why invisibility or stopping the time would be something count, because if you stop the time, all of the world would be just for you for a period of time. Yeah, that was so nice. So why would I want the superpower of invisibility or stopping the time? Well, I'm gonna start with stopping the time, I think. I think that because I would have the time for do all of my stuff, maybe the stuff that I need to finish. For example, if I would have an important test for tomorrow, I will stop the time and I start starting so hard, so I would have more time. I think that having time or more time, it's kind of thing that a lot of people are seeking, or yeah, are seeking nowadays. So yeah, I think that I will use that for this kind of situations, I would say. And that's it. So let's move on to the question number three. So what is the first thing you would do with your superpower, Jardel?
Well, I don't know exactly because the first, the hyperspeed is a incredible superpower because I think with the hyperspeed, like light speed, you know, light speed,
Hmm.
we can we can work with the time. I don't know, because uh, with theories, we have theories about the light speed, and with the light speed, we can regress in the time or get out other things. I don't know, and
Mhm.
maybe with the with that power, we can fly because with a hyper speed, we can create environment and with your body and fly with that. That is a possibility. I don't know exactly, but the first thing I think save people because we have so many disasters in the world,
Mhm.
and with the hyperspeed we can save that peoples. And oh, that's it.
That's so good to hear because you would use your superpower for helping people, so you will become a superhero.
Yes,
Okay, that's great. So let me see here for me the question number three. The first thing that I would do, I'm not sure. Stopping the time. Uh, Nowadays, I think that I would stop the time for preparing myself for my tests. I'm not sure it would be a useful superpower for the society or for helping people. I think it's something more selfish. It's something for me. On the other hand, you pick it your one because you would like to help people as well. In my case, I think that it's not like that, but maybe the first thing that I would do it would be stop it and prepare myself for the things I need to do or my goals for the next year. Studying more English, studying more French, studying more about my career.
yes, yes. I
And,
think together if you and stood for
uh,
my test.
yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, Yardell. So let's move on to the question number four. Would you prefer the power of invisibility or the power of flight? That's an interesting one. If you just had the opportunity to pick that one, just one between invisibility and power to fly, what would you pick?
Okay, I think the invisibility is more efficiently. I don't know if that word, but with that, I I can think about one specific thing
Mhm.
because I I think get the invisibility and become objects invisibility. With that,
Mhm.
I can get specific people and, for example, record the audio, record the
Mhm.
voice, that people voice, and discovery about the crimes or get specific crime about bad peoples in the world. I think first get a crimes in Brazil and political crimes. That a good idea for me. And I don't know, get and record the audio and expose in YouTube. I don't know with a different account for all people see the crimes or the political crimes. If political crime exists, I don't know exactly if political crimes exist, but I can think about that.
Very nice, very nice. So beyond becoming a superhero, you would become an influencer because you
Yeah,
would like to expose them on YouTube or Instagram.
yeah,
That
that is
would be
crazy.
really nice.
That is
Uh,
difficult. I think now that is difficult because we can get a specific voice with AI and create the audios, you know. That
mhm.
is, I think the poet will say, or the poet who did say, oh, that is a fake news.
Mhm.
That is difficult. I think get a videos, not to record the audios.
Got it. Thank you so much, Yardell. And me? So I think that I will pick the invisibility as well because I think that for flying you need to have other kind of abilities, and so the visibility it's kind of it's just becoming invisible and nobody else can see you. Um, bec Something I would do with that as well, it would be going like specific events, for example, a football match for free, or to the cinema for free, or maybe going picking an airplane for free because nobody else gonna see me. And that could be good. I think that I won't use my superpower for helping people, just for me.
Okay, no problem.
That's it. That's it. So let's move on to the next question. I think that we already answered the fifth one, sorry. So I'm gonna skip that one and I'm gonna go directly to the sixth one. Okay? And the sixth one goes like this. Do you think having a superpower could be a problem?
Oh, yes, a big problem. Because if you are exposed, or if you expose your superpower, you become a freak for other people's. Become a freak,
Mhm.
and I think people's can the people can kill than you. I don't know, or kindle us because we have a superpower and we are different them. And
Yeah,
you
mhm. Go ahead, sorry.
no, so I ask about you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, something I wanted to mention about what you just said. It's about the movie of X-Men. They have a specific institute for those who have superpowers. No? And there are a lot of superheroes who seems or look like normal humans. So even for those, it's kind of difficult to have a superpower. So maybe it will happen in our current society.
Yeah,
Uh, and I totally agree. Um, and I think that it's a big it would be a big responsibility because it could become a problem as well because I think that with a superpower people who would become as well corrupted by that, and maybe not all of them of us will use it for helping people, and it would be used for another kind of stuff or for committing crimes easily. So yeah, I think that it's a big responsibility as Spider-Man as
yeah.
said as well. Uh, that's it. So let's move on to the question number seven. So do you think having a superpower? No, it's the sixth one as well. So the question number seven. If everyone had a superpower, what would what would the world be like? What do you think about it?
Oh, that is crazy for me because I think got anarchy. You know anarchy? Anarchy is one. I think when the people doesn't have rules,
Uh-huh.
and we can create the rules for use the powers. We have a film about that in Netflix when the people create a strong robots, and that robots killed superheroes. If superheroes use your superpower, but in that film, the peoples work with some big corruption and use the corruption to shop drugs or other things, or that the people create the drugs with with the blood of the superpower of
Mm-hmm.
the superheroes or of the powers with sorry with the get the blood get the get the people blood or the people with powers blood. I don't know exactly the word or the phrase for
Mm-hmm.
that, but get the blood and make a drug with the blood, and that drug become other people's or more simple people's. When people get the drug, get a super specific power,
Mm-hmm.
like the original blood people.
Got it.
And I don't know, that is crazy because I think I think in a disaster with people with superpowers. Like today,
Yeah.
because when a people get, I don't know specific, and in English, arm is that is a word. I can get the word. 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. No problem.
Yes, that's a arm. When a people get a arm, that people have like a superpower, and usually the
Mm-hmm.
people don't make good things with the arm. The policies make, but usually the people doesn't have a responsibility with the arm and kill them others or committed crimes.
Mm-hmm.
That like a superpower because when the people will have an arm, the people can kill them other people's, and I don't know exactly, but I think that is like a superpower and that is not good, exactly good for the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I like it, the part that you mentioned it, or creating that kind of analogy with with an arm or with a gun. Because imagine nowadays everyone has the right of having an arm for defending himself or themselves. It will become like a war. It will be
Yeah.
crazy, and that word that you use as well, the anarchy. Yeah, I think that it's a good one. I think that there wouldn't exist the rules because everybody else would have the right maybe of killing people or using their superpower. Another one that we can use for comparing nowadays is for example, the people who has the power of having money nowadays. I would say that maybe they can do whatever they want. Sadly, in our society, they can corrupt the law. They can corrupt a lot of things just because they have the power of having money. Imagine that nowadays we can see that in those examples or in those contexts. Imagine that if everybody else would have the ability of have a superpower. So it will be crazy. It will be a war. I think that it would be it will it would be kind of impossible to live in a society without rules. And that's it. That's my contribution for that question. So let's move on to the next one. Uh, let's go to the question number 8. So would you change something in the past with a superpower? What do you think?
Oh, I don't know exactly because we have so bad things in the past, and the peoples make that because because they want it, they want it. And if I make a difference, I don't know. I think that is not a really good thing because the peoples are bad or the people was bad in the past, and I think if I change something, the destinies make other people make for other people get other bad thing. I don't know exactly. But if I can change a specific thing in the past, I think get no wars, maybe. No wars in the past. Yeah, that's it. No war in the past or past the war. What do you think?
That's a good one as well. I'm really impressed about your answers because you were always thinking about the society or helping people or trying to find something uh, who that which benefits the society in general. In my personal case, I was thinking about just me, so that was a kind of interesting conversation today. So in my personal case, let me see here. Maybe that the past is already there. I think that all of the things that happened in the world or in my life, on every single's life, it meant to be like that. Uh, we are Christians, we are Adventists. We don't believe in the not in the future. There is a word that I would like to use in the destination, destinity. I'm not sure. I think that the destinity is the word I want to use. But we don't believe in that because we believe that God has created something for us. And I think
I
that
see.
the bad experiences in the past, our bad choices in the past, were meant to be like that because that was our choice. So I think that is the same for the word. So maybe I wouldn't every time that I that I talk about my past or the past. Uh, I think that always I answer that I wouldn't chase anything because I think that if I'm here at this moment, it's because of my past, and maybe it had to be like that, and I have to accept it, even though there were some maybe not that good experiences. Uh, I think that I'm happy with my life nowadays, and that's it. That's it. I just accept it. I think I wouldn't change anything in the past, in my past, or in the past of the world. That's it. So let's move on to the. I think that would you change something in the past? Okay, let's go to the ninth one. Which superpower do you admire and why? In those that we already know, maybe. What do you think about
And
it?
yes, I really like the films or superpower films, superhero films, and I like the Superman or Flash because they can get strong things if your powers are make a difference in people lives or create specific situation to resolve to solve the problems or the human society problems or your personal problems. Usually the superheroes make things to solve your problems, to fix your personal problems in the films or in their lives in the movies. But I prefer the Superman, and I admire the Superman because I don't know, because he make good things. He make good things. That term is because usually we I don't talk about that and it's more difficult to say in English and think about the context or more words. In Portuguese is more easy to say about that.
I totally agree, and I can feel you because it's kind of tricky at the beginning when you want to express something that in your mother tongue is kind of easy, and then you have to translate it to English. It is kind of tricky at the beginning, as I already said. It's because we lack of vocabulary, or maybe we cannot pronounce the words that we would like to use, but it's totally normal. It's part of the process, and it's happens to me as well a lot of times, so don't worry about it. Let me see here. For me, which superhero do you admire and why? Ah, when I was a kid, I used to like the I don't remember how to say or mention them or tell their names, but I'm not sure if I can consider them as a superheroes. The I don't know if you know it in Portuguese. It's in Spanish is Las Tortugas Ninjas.
Yes,
Let me see here how is it in how is it in
Tartarugas Ninja.
Portuguese?
Tartarugas Ninjas.
Ah, Tartarugas Ninjas. How is it in English? Ah, Tartarugas
Ninja Turtles. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a direct translation. Uh, oh my God. Okay. Teenage, uh, teenage, ee, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I used to
Uh,
like really bad this series when I was a kid. I remember that I used to ask my mom to buy every single clothes in the green color just because of them. And as well, I think that I like it the fact that they loved pizza, and every time that they had the opportunity, they used to eat pizza. And the way that the series showed the pizza, it was so delicious for me. The way that the cheese was, um, I forgot how to say the hit there in English. But it was when I was a kid, I liked that series, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Um, why I admired them? Maybe because they were written by a rat. The
yeah,
master, I don't know, I don't remember the name, but it was a rat, and they lived in the in the alcantarillado. I don't know how in the pipes. I think I can use that word. And I feel the same thing that you just said. It's kind of becoming tricky to me talking about it because I don't know all of the vocabulary that I need to. And I think that they use their superpowers for saving the city that they lived. They work together. They work as a team. And they were so judged about the society because they weren't humans. They were like a mutants. I think that it was a good part. I think that they never felt afraid of, ashamed of their the way that they look to, or sorry, the way that they look, or the the body that they had. I think that that's why I admired them. I admired them. It was a really good series, in my personal opinion.
yeah.
I don't watch it anymore, but when I was a kid, I loved it.
Okay,
So let's move
that's
on to
good.
the last. Do you want to add something else?
No, no, no problem. We can continue.
Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the question number 10. It is the last one of our today's immersion. If you could share your superpower, would you?
No, I don't know. Exactly, I believe I have a superpower, a really superpower, because I have a hyper focus. I have hyper focus, and usually I use that to study hard to improve my skills. I think that is good because usually the people can't study hard or can't spend 10 hours to study, but usually I can do this or I can do that. Stood hard, but I think I I think share that's a superpower, but usually the people doesn't like stud hard for something, and I don't know the share superpowers. I think the funny world with the people run hy hyper fast. Imagine all peoples in the world run with a hyper speed. Sorry, hyper speed. That is fun because today we have a world and the peoples need run to get things, run to the work, run to the all places in your daily routine. I can remember São Paulo in Brazil and metros or trains. In São Paulo, we have so many people's running. I don't know, running? That's a word? I don't remember. But because we have, for example, we have the way for the trains, and we can open the way for the people's run in São Paulo. You get that experience, I don't know, tomorrow, yesterday, I don't know, and that is crazy. Or funny, imagining a world with all people with hyperspeed capacity.
Mhm. Who would be the person that you would share your superpower with? For example, if you would have to choose one for sharing your superpower, who
One
would be?
people, no,
Just
or
one,
one,
yeah, just one person. Who would be like that person?
I don't know exactly. If I can share my superpower with one people,
Hmm.
hyperspeed, I think sure for my wife.
Oh, that
Uh,
will be that was the answer that I was waiting for.
yes, because we can
That's
get our superpowers and run around the world.
uh-huh. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that your wife will be so happy to share your superpower as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jardel. So, in my personal opinion, uh, I think that I agree with you that it's kind of if everybody else could have the same superpower like me, it would become like a crazy world. So maybe not. Maybe I won't share it. I would keep it for me, or maybe I would share with someone that I trust so much, like my wife or a member of my family. Of maybe for some people who really needs it, or maybe that person will use it like for helping the society or for doing different things for people for society. But I think that having a superpower is kind of dangerous, even more nowadays. I think that it can corrupt people just because you have something different or you have the ability of do something really different than the other. So, but I think that I could share it, but it depends on the people, not just of one person who appears and tell me, "Oh, could you please share your superpower with me?" Not. I think that I would have to analyze if that person deserves it.
Yes,
And
you're
that's
right.
it. Let me see here. I think that we have time for answering the that one that we skipped. I think it was the fifth one. Would you prefer for the video? Do you think okay? It's the fifth one that we skipped. So would you use your superpower to help others? What do you think about it, Yardel?
Oh, that is not that is not hard because usually the people need help, and I think I think help the people with the hyperspeed there is because with hyperspeed, people can make strong strong things because I remember the films, the Flash films or the League of Justice films. Um, I don't know. I think get a new portal and see. I don't know exactly because I need to get specific disasters. And I think get moments or time after the disasters because if I get the power, how can I get the disaster to help the peoples, for example? Or if in other hand, I think get or make things to liberate to liberate to liberate the peoples or get a freedom for the peoples because Today in the world, we don't have a freedom, a really freedom or a true freedom, and make a difference in political scenarios or other things or justice scenarios with my hyper speed. I I could help the people with that.
Mm, that was a good one. Thank you so much, Yardel, for sharing. So in my case, yeah, I think that I would use it for my superpower for helping others. It will be, I think that, but I think that if you have a superpower, you would really, and if you want to use it for helping, you will have to stop working. I think that you will have to stop studying because you that will be your responsibility. So, in the world nowadays, there are a lot of issues all of the days, problems all of the days, crime all of the days. So, I think that you will be working every single hour. You will have a case for resolving, and
Yes,
then there will be appear another one. But I think that is a good one. Helping people. I think that in fact, it's our responsibility nowadays, even though we don't have superpowers. Maybe thinking
yes,
about our neighbors, it's our responsibility in this world. And that's it. That's it. We finish our today's questions. I'm not sure if you
okay.
have any question that maybe that you would like to add, or if we can finish our today's immersion. Do you have
Ah,
anything else to ask?
no, I can finish. I really enjoyed that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Practice at 6 a.m. That is difficult,
Uh-huh.
but it's important to become a more strong brain in my body.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
In fact, as a matter of fact, when we started the conversation, I think that the English was not coming to my mind, and now it's better because we are already warming up. We already exchanged some ideas in English, so I think that's how our brain works. So, and that's it. I think that you already mentioned it. How was it for you? I hope you enjoyed the today's questions. Hope to see you in my next English immersion. And that's it. Have a wonderful day and hope to see you in my next immersion. Bye
to
bye.
you also. Bye bye. Thanks for your time, man.
Bye bye.